Good afternoon and welcome back to Anchor Point. This is our place where everything college and career related lives. I am Mr. Ribaudo-Smith, or Mr. RS. I am the Newburyport High School, College, and Career Counselor. And whether you're thinking about college, career, a gap year, military, or wherever you are on your search, we are here for all things college and career, and to help you remember to embrace your awesome and to think about your future. And let's just dive in. Okay, so this month we're going to spotlight a little bit on internships, and I have our student work, Leo, I'm going to introduce in a minute. We're going to talk about his internship opportunities, but I like talking about internships in general, as they are a great opportunity for students to help realize what they like, what they don't like, whether it's in high school or even in college, to really get them interested in either a career path or a major or something that they've been thinking about that they might like to do. So I can't stress enough how important internships are. We allow students pretty much junior and senior year to do internships. We've had a few sophomores in the past as well too, but typically juniors and seniors. Some of the things that will help in using school links is you can browse through the available opportunities that we have right now. You can store your hours, your journal notes, reflections on your internship process. That's new for us this year, so we're really excited to be able to add that in. And you can update your resume, any real-world work experiences that you've had, as we'll talk about through the internship process, which are really important. You can link in your LinkedIn account to your resume through your School Links account. With Portrait of a Graduate, internships align with our Portrait of a Graduate and help become more purposeful learners, lifelong learners, and thinking about more community opportunities and how to contribute, as you're not just preparing for life after high school, you're preparing for life and right now, and helping you understand what you like and what you don't like. So I am thrilled today to introduce our guest. He is a senior in the class of 2025, student government secretary and vice president, school council member, Interact club member, Among Friends program supporter, member of the swim and tennis team, ACES environmental internship since freshman year. Language department internship, Portrait of a Graduate program speaker, and our guest has done many internship opportunities. He also took my college and career readiness course and has made a real lasting impact on the Newburyport community. So without further ado, Rourke Lee, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi.
All right, so Rourke, when I introduced this to you as being able to come in, I told you we're going to do some things with internships. So I want to kind of dive into a few questions that I have for you, and then you and I will kind of just talk a little about them as we go through, okay?
Yep.
So what was your first internship, and how did you find out about it?
Yeah, so my first internship I took February of my freshman year, and that was through ACES, through the Northeastern professor, Mr. Thomas Starr. And I found out about it. There was a climate change symposium during February, and I came, and it was in the cafeteria, and I remember being a freshman myself, I really wanted to get involved into something to do, as I was really only kind of outside of school doing sports and schoolwork, and I kind of wanted just one more thing. So as I was walking around, I was putting my name on like every single person's list and everything, and a couple weeks go by, and I was getting some emails, and then actually Mr. Smith contacted me to be a part of Mr. Starr's climate change project. So I met up with Mr. Starr. We had a couple meetings, and I found it very interesting and informative. It's a climate change awareness project through a series of educational plaques around Newburyport and the community, and Mr. Starr was looking to install some new ones around the community. So that at first was a very interesting idea to me, as it blended a mix between kind of that creative artsy side and then also a scientific fact-based side, both of which I find very interesting. So I found out about it, I'd like to say February 2022.
Cool. And it sounds like Mr. Starr was really excited to. Was it just you? Because I know there were other people involved too.
Yeah. So mainly for the past. So I've been working on this project since my freshman year. Right. We've worked on a bunch of different plaques. So it's been ongoing. Now, from start to finish, it's been just me and Mr. Starr. Now, there was a couple other people that had joined on maybe for a couple months, but it was mainly just Mr. Starr and I.
Awesome. And what kind of what are some of the skills you feel like you learned, from being this, even from beginning to end, or just along the way that you gained and you feel were important through this process?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest skills has probably been public speaking and networking, I want to say. I'd say I really appreciate Mr. Starr for being very patient with me, especially for my freshman year and sophomore year, in the sense where I wasn't one of the fastest people to respond to emails or even craft out a well-written one. And through these past 3 years, I've really been able to, kind of as funny as it sounds, been able to craft good emails and have been able to network and also organize everyone that I'm in contact with, and it's not just the internship that it's applied to, Google Calendar use, quite a lot of technological use, and managing my time has been a huge skill because I had to balance that with sports and academics and everything else. And then also I'd say public speaking. Now this internship entailed of quite a lot of public speaking where we would present our plaques in front of the city in order for approval. Awesome. So I've been to, I want to say maybe a bit over a dozen city meetings where I've presented the plaques. Sometimes it's Mr. Starr and I, sometimes it's just been me. So I kind of had to get up there, my 14, 15-year-old self, be brave and be confident speaking, and I think I really honed in on my public speaking skills too.
That's awesome. Were these meetings things that they were voting on these things, or were you just kind of showing what you were working on so that they could see?
Yeah, so it was a bit of both actually. Okay. So quite a lot of the time I'd come into the meetings. It's once a month, these city meetings for the Parks Commission, the Water Department. I'd come in, I'd present the project, seeking for approval. Now, quite a lot of the time, you're not going to get approval for your first go. And that was also a big thing that I learned. A lot of patience, okay. Definitely. So we would come in and present the plaques, and all of these people were very supportive, right? And then they would give us feedback. We'd go back to the drawing boards, rewrite, then go back in. So it'd be like a voting process, yeah.
That's awesome. So, and I know you've done more than that, but just in general, can you say how these things have helped you realize what you like and what you don't like with either moving forward with life after high school?
Yeah, so I think definitely some of the stuff that I found out that I've liked about this has honestly probably been this idea. Now, this is a smaller version of it. This almost idea of public policy. Now, this has been in regards to climate change, right? And I've always been a person on the STEM side, math and science, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted my career to be in the future, since I didn't necessarily find being a scientist itself in a laboratory, that I wouldn't think that that'd be fulfilling for me. So, because I'm generally a people person, so I found that this public policy work, you have to know what you're talking about, so you have to have this idea, science-based facts behind you, but also you have to be able to interact with people and help almost persuade them and help educate them as well. So I think that kind of public policy aspect has been something that I found interesting.
Did you feel when you were presenting the plaques and stuff at these meetings that you could see people realizing that these weren't just these things that were going up, there was actual information that was being shared?
Yeah, there was times when, and that's definitely something that I've learned, being clear. So there was times when I'd go on for 15 minutes, and it was at the 15-minute mark where they'd be oh, I understand what this project's about. So it's definitely been, I've seen a lot of people click and be oh, I understand what he's talking about now.
Cool. So, thinking about people that come, after you and not only students, but our program and internships in general at the high school, what advice would you give to students who might be nervous about trying an internship?
Yeah, I'd say one of the big pieces of advice to give people is to understand that, well, at least for me, to understand that you are still a teenager and you still are going through so many changes in your life, academics, sports. You have to balance so much the idea of what you're going to do after graduation. And I think, and for me at least, if you let people know that, and just the people around you, for your interns, and be hey, look, it's finals week this week. I really don't think I'm able to dedicate this time for this week. They are understanding. These people that you're working with have gone through the same process that you've gone through, and they understand. So I think when people are so scared of taking on an internship and so nervous that it's going to act like a full-time job, I kind of want to tell them and be like, look, this is something that as long as you're able to communicate with the people that you're working with, because 99% of the people that you work with are happy that you're there and are happy that you're at least even interested in helping out and giving back. And I think if you have that communication with them and be like, look, swim season has been getting really busy. We have meets back to back this entire week. Balancing that with academics, I don't think I would be able to work on this project for this week.
That's awesome.
People understand that. And I think that's kind of a big thing I want people
I like how
to understand.
you said earlier with like just the public speaking skills, but I think now you're bringing in the communication and skills in general, right?
Yeah,
And just like having to, yes, you guys are young adults, but like people expect a certain level of communication. So that's awesome. I love that, having people just be open about that communication. And I know you've had a great experience with your site mentors and people that have supported you. So I think that's a big piece of it too, and just having that relationship.
Yeah, I've been really lucky.
Which is awesome. I hope all of our kids.
Yeah.
But that's great. Okay, so what's next for you now after graduation?
Yeah, so I have committed to Colgate, I think around 2 weeks ago, Colgate University up in Hamilton, New York. Thank you. So I'm going to be going into there. I'm going in undecided right now, but I definitely want to pursue something in the STEM track, whether that in science and mathematics. And up until recently, Colgate has a very, very strong economics program, so I'd like to maybe even be interested a bit in that too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had a lot of schools on your list that I'm sure were great, and got accepted at some, and maybe not at others. But out of the group that you were accepted to, like, what kind of drew you to Colgate in general? Like, was there one specific thing, or was it a bunch?
Yeah. So I mean, well, first of all, on paper, right, Colgate checks all the boxes. What I was looking for, I wanted a small liberal arts school that was pretty rural. I didn't necessarily want to be in a big city with a lot of distractions. It was one of the best top schools I had gotten into, and I think one of the main things that drew me to Colgate is after I visited the campus on a Friday, and I walked around the campus, and first of all, it's a beautiful campus, and every single person there was so nice and was all so interesting in the sense of what they were studying and kind of what they were interested in. There was quite a lot of people that were in science and math but also had a creative side to them, and there was people that were focused in the creative side but also had this side, like the vice versa. And it's such a kind of community that I think holds very similar values to me in the sense where it's very academic and everything, but they also enjoy spending time outside of academics. They enjoy the nature that they're surrounded in, and I think that was kind of the main drawing point to Colgate, and I just found, and I kind of fell in love with it.
Do you know when you'll be able to start internships there? Is that?
Yeah, actually, I'm not exactly sure. I think I remember, though, on the tour that they had mentioned that you're able to start internships pretty soon, though.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get into some cool ones there.
Yeah.
Try a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, definitely.
Well. All right. I know I've only been doing Anchor Point now. This is my second episode, but this is my thing. I'm going to ask everybody as we go through. What's your favorite place to get a piece of pizza in Newburyport?
Okay. I'd say, well, kind of funny with the name. I'd say Anchor Pizza is probably
nice.
Yeah, it's quite. I mean, when my friends sometimes they don't agree with me, but I'm a huge fan of that thin crust that they have. I
like getting like a whole pie.
Yeah.
And just like folding it together. Because you can really like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. No, I agree. I was at Anchor before it used to be called was it Upper Crust? This was a while back. So it's still the same, which is great, and the new owners have been amazing.
Really,
so.
Yeah. If you ever go there, my friend JT, he recommends, and I recommend too, because of him, getting the brown square at Anchor. It's really good.
All right. Is that more like a Sicilian style?
It's like, well, it's the thin crust, and it's like a white, so there's no tomato sauce.
Nice.
Then there's like bacon, barbecue, chicken, ranch. Oh, so good.
You had me at bacon. All right. That sounds great. Well, Rourke, thank you so much for coming in. And I know it's been great getting to know you, and like I said, having you in class, and then seeing all this awesome internship stuff that you've been really, again, supporting our community and building your own list of skills at the same time. So we're definitely gonna miss you next year.
Thank you. I'll miss
come
this.
back and check in with us as well too.
Of course, I'll come in.
So let me finish up our highlights here. So we have, I just want to talk quickly that we have some summer internship opportunities coming up as well too. So for students that want to get something done early, we have our new Innovation Career Pathway programs that are highlighting some of those summer works as well with, we have healthcare and manufacturing that we just added. We also have environmental science that we had from last year. So if anybody's interested in those, please come see me. Go see Dr. Hobbs. She can help you with some of the opportunities we have available. Community service of Newburyport always needs non-perishable items, so you can bring those to me in my office or drop them off at their facility. And then we do have all juniors going to be going to Credit for Life on May 22nd. I know Rourke went to that last year with the whole junior class before, and it's such a great opportunity to kind of learn about how to be savvy with your money, because none of us are, unless you're an actual money person. That's your job every day. So that'll be fun for all the juniors. That'll be coming up on the 22nd. And then don't forget, we also have our trades programs for those of you who are thinking about maybe not necessarily doing college. We work with the Peterson School to do electrical, HVAC, and plumbing. So come and see me if you're interested in any of those programs as well. So remember that we are now using school links. If you're doing your internships, you can go under experiential learning section and see the opportunities that are there. Come and meet with me, and I can help you and show you around with some of those things as well. And then if you haven't yet, make sure you get your LinkedIn account and profile beefed up, because we're going to be adding that to your resumes as we go through this experience together. And then make sure you're always reflecting on what you've learned. I think that's one of the biggest pieces you can do for yourself as you're out in internships or working in even at McDonald's or wherever you might be. You can always kind of reflect on what it is. I worked at McDonald's when I was in high school. I reflected on that. I didn't like burning myself every day, and I knew what I didn't want to do with the rest of my life, and that's okay. You have to do those jobs to really be able to understand it. According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, 70% of interns actually get offered a full-time job from those experiences in companies at a college. So we really highly encourage it now, but also it's going to be so important when you get to that college level to get that experiential learning on the job, and it helps boost up your resume and everything as well too. So keep those things together, keep up your resume. Newburyport High students have school links for life, so you can always add that to your resume at any point and go back on there. I want to say that sponsors for this month's segment is Aroma Joe's. They sponsor all of our coffee for our big college and career fair every year, and I couldn't do it without them. They're amazing, and I usually have their cups with me everywhere I go as well too. And our College of the Week, Northern Essex Community College. All right, dual enrollment. We have summer classes through them. We work with them very, very well. And if you're looking at them to go for college after graduation, it's free. I want like a big thing to come out of my mouth. It's like free. Just because like it's the value is amazing, right? When you're talking about $80,000 to $90,000 colleges, free is for me. So think about it. If you have questions about it, please let me know. The application's online. That's free as well too. And then the career of the week, right now I want to focus a little bit on healthcare. There's been a lot of turnover in healthcare, obviously we know since COVID. It's a great field, and you don't have to go to college or get a 4-year degree to be in healthcare. There's 2-year degrees, there's CNA certificates, there's lots of ways to be involved and be a part of that. And I really just wanted to highlight that for a minute. So if you're thinking about it, come and see me, get an internship. There's plenty of places in the area to get you into to see if it's something that you might want to like, if you like working with people and helping and being supportive in that. So as I always say, you have the freedom to choose from the paths that you're given, whether it's in your internship or just getting up in the morning. Each choice you have is your step in your path. So make sure you're doing it. Be intentional. Stay curious. And as I always say, most importantly, make sure you embrace your awesome. Have a great day.